be fighting in Newcastle Arena for all the Geordies. It's a dream come true. I don't mess about, I go in there to do a job. I think all the opponents know that as well. I think I'm one of the best heavyweights in the country. I've shown I've got the potential to be the best. I'm going to do exactly the same as I did last time, give them hell on the bell.
He's ready. So is Luke Simpkin from Swaddling Coat, real fight town, isn't it, in Derbyshire? Hasn't boxed for 11 months, but says he's been working hard. 9-4 with the bookies against the Geordie boy, David Ferguson. The crowd getting behind him, but who will make it through to the semi-final? Our MC, John McDonald.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the action. Our second quarter-final. PrizeFighter Series Heavyweight 2, our quarter-finalists. Introducing to you, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the black and white trunks, weighing in at 16 stone, 4 pounds and 3 ounces. 8 fight record, 7 wins, 2 inside the scheduled distance, and just 1 defeat. The pride of Wallsend, it's David Ferguson. And across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the blue trunks, weighing into 15 stone of 13 pounds 8 ounces. Taking part in his 43rd professional contest from Swaddling Coat in Derbyshire, it's Luke Simpkin. Timekeeper at the bell, Kevin Waters, referee in charge of the action is Mr. Howard Foster. This is 3 3-minute rounds.
Come on, lads. You both know the rules. Keep it clean. Break straight away when told. Both watch your heads. Good luck to you both. Touch gloves. Good luck, lads.
Could be a good blend of real fighters here. Hard men, Luke Simpkin and David Ferguson, who made it to the semi-final at the York Hall Bethnal Green last time. So he's got the experience. And he's been more active as well, but Jim Evans in the Simpkin corner says that Luke Simpkin is a handful for anyone over 3 rounds.
Well, you would fancy Ferguson to win this, but you'd expect Simpkin really to make it tough for him, and maybe what he has to do to get past Simpkin could cost him later in the tournament. This really could be a rough one.
It could be gruelling. And a bit more like PrizeFighter 1. First fight, Sexton and Reed, tactical battle. This, well, it could be a barroom brawl. Cool hand Luke Simpkin, down to business, trying to work the body of David Ferguson. How will that experience help him? The fact that Ferguson's done this before.
Yeah, well, I think when we're talking about experience, I think it's Simpkin, the edges with Simpkin. I mean, he knows how to make it tough for people. He's always fired up, always gives it his best. He knows how to prevent an opponent from settling, and over the 3-round distance, that is important. If Ferguson's not allowed to settle and produce the better boxing that he's capable of, he could struggle here. But Simpkin, he's just boring forward with his chin badly exposed. So really he wants to tighten up a little bit.
Ferguson looking for the jabs. But he knows, as he said in the build-up, that it will come down to fighting instinct and heart and belief. He says he's in much better shape than he was in April. It's a fiery start to this quarter-final.
Ferguson not too impressive up close. He's quite happy to hold. I think he's quite happy to let the referee break them up, and then he likes room to punch, let his shots go. Simpkin has the opposite on his mind. He wants to get close and mess him about. That's better from Ferguson.
Simpkin's only won 10 of 42, but has got 8 knockouts in there, and has battled away against some of the well-known faces around the heavyweight scene over the last 10 years or so. Hasn't fought for 11 months, Simpkin, but it's not about this. Just straight down piling forward.
Not achieving too much, Simpkin, as he comes forward. He's giving it everything, but he's very reckless and very open. Not much in the opening round, but I think Ferguson maybe landing the cleaner punches.
Right hand from Simpkin there. He's been busier, but the accuracy with Ferguson. This may split the three judges at ringside. Close one. Backstage, the only man who's through to the semi-final, Sam Sexton, waiting to see who he will take on next. Is that the best thing, just to relax, or should he be keeping warm and loose?
No, relaxing. What's the point there? Moving around. Just get his mind right. He wants to look at what's ahead. He's doing the right thing. I mean, Sim can get through a few times, but he was a little bit untidy in his work. Troubled Ferguson several times. Ferguson was usually quite happy to grab hold up close. We probably just saw the best of Simpkin's work in the replays there. You can see his head's low, he's been boring forward like that all the way through, and he's used up a lot of energy, breathing very heavily in there.
Seconds out, round 2.
Second round, second quarter-final. The blue trunks of Luke Simpkin and the black and white of Newcastle's David Ferguson, the 32-year-old from North Shields. He's got plenty of fans, a real buzz about the city, and he's winding up these punches. He's so desperate to win PrizeFighter, said it will mean more to him than if he won a British title away from Newcastle.
Well, he wants to initiate the attacks, he doesn't want to be countering. If you allow Simpkin to come forward, you know, he's obviously a bigger nuisance. So that was a nice little burst from Ferguson, got the punches off quickly at long range. Shouldn't be waiting to see what Simpkin's about to do.
It's agricultural from Simpkin. Not moving the head, just ploughing forward. And Ferguson, who's won 7 of his 8, just the one loss in the first PrizeFighter tournament.
Ferguson's still not comfortable up close with Simpkin, and that's what Simpkin wants to do. He wants to stay close. They're producing an awful lot of work at the moment, actually, either man.
And Howard Foster just trying to tidy it up, which is difficult with a big man in the short sprint distances. Ferguson trying to get his arms free. Crowd behind him. Big golfer there already from Ferguson. That's interesting.
He's finding this tough because it's the up-close stuff, Simpkin pushing him around. He's not happy, and he's forcing the punches. There's nothing flowing from him, whereas if he could box at long range, get his jab working, but Simpkin hasn't allowed that. So this is heavy work for Ferguson. Don't think he's enjoying this one.
Now we have Billy Bessie running at him last time out, surprising him with his tactics, and then Martin Rogan just boring through him in the semi-final. Simpkin is a hard first fight for Ferguson, should he continue through the tournament.
Maybe just not too comfortable under pressure, Ferguson. Up close he seems to want to wait till the referee breaks. This is good work from Simpkin.
Yep, right hand uppercut. Decent shots from Luke Simpkin. And it's what the judges like. The come forward aggressor, maybe against the better boxer on the retreat. Much tighter than the first one, isn't it?
Yeah, but I think Ferguson is struggling a little bit just with what Simpkin's putting into this. Can't get him under control, can't discourage him with decent punches, although he's not the easiest man in the world to discourage. This is a good round for Simpkin.
He's lost 29 times, Luke Simpkin. Maybe this tournament.
Keep that going on. You've got to bite all the time. Listen, you've got to bite all the time. Drive that left in the right. You had him going twice. You had him going big time, all right?
And all change with
Punch
the odds. They've narrowed. David Ferguson still the favourite, but 6-4 on Simpkin. Where would your money go, Jim?
Come on.
Well, he's the happier of the two.
The 8 grand, come on.
Ferguson, I thought he nicked out the first round with his cleaner punching, but he wasn't at all happy in the second round. This is the way he started the round, at long range, which really he should have been finding a way to do all the way through. But from that point on, Simpkin got close and just stayed on his case. There it goes, lovely punch from Simpkin. He will never give up, and that's exactly the spirit that can win these things. So Ferguson still has a big job to do here.
We touch gloves for the final round. Luke Simpkin, one of the big outsiders for the tournament. Well, he managed to squeeze through to the semi-finals. There's blood to his nose. He's given David Ferguson a rough ride. Ferguson may be winning on the cards, we don't know. I mean, for Simpkin, he's just got to keep working and bulldozing forward again. And for Ferguson, he needs a bit of space, Jim.
Yep, for me, Ferguson should be getting the punches off. He's waiting to see what Simpkin's doing. He's trying to counter, and it's the wrong thing to do. That's the finding space here to get the jabs off, but full credit to Simpkin. He's just not allowing Ferguson to do what he wants to do.
So motivated, Simpkin. You know, he's never had anything easy through his career. Ferguson, he's got those fans out there that want him to get through. I bet Sam Sexton backstage is thinking, I hope they do knock lumps out of each other. That's easier for me.
Well, I said at the start of this one, if Ferguson does get through, then this could be taking a lot out of him, and that's how it's happening. He's already tiring in this one. Again, the cleaner work coming from Ferguson. But if the guy who put the most into it was the winner in this type of thing, then you couldn't argue about Simpkin getting the break here. He's put so much into it every round.
Yep, the enthusiasm is huge, isn't it? Really working away. Hasn't got the skills to compete with some of these big guys over the longer distances. Don't really need that in PrizeFighter. Action, a big heart, good chin is what's needed. He's coming on strong again, Simpkin. This is uncomfortable for David Ferguson. Last minute, it could be down to the finish.
Well, Simpkin is prepared to put everything into this. Ferguson's trying to find a way to make it a little bit easier, and again in the last minute, Simpkin is the one landing the more thumping punches.
He's breaking through, Jim, Simpkin, with some of these right hands as the defence of David Ferguson lowers. He's getting more tired. Grit and effort aplenty in this quarter-final. Very different in style to the first one. Really fascinating tournament and how they go about it. Well, what has this taken out of the two of them?
Well, that's pretty much what I expected, and I tell you, the cleaner punching has usually come from Ferguson, but if Simpkin were to get this just on sheer effort and work rate, I would not be too upset about that.
Both with blood to the nose. Simpkin looks slightly the happier man with David Ferguson bent over in the other corner. Jim Evans said he was the dark horse, so did the fighter. Well, he didn't throw as many or land quite as many on the computer, but it's down to the judges. Who would you give it to?
I would lean towards Simpkin just simply because what he put into it. He found he performed the best he could. I don't feel David Ferguson did. Yep, I've got it Simpkin just purely for what he put into the thing. I mean, there wasn't an awful lot of clean action to separate. What clean action we did see usually came from Ferguson, but he faded badly in all of the rounds. Simpkin finished stronger, so I think it's a case of the cleaner work or the sheer effort and volume. I mean, look at what Simpkin's putting into it. Again, the lovely work. We see what Ferguson's capable of, but at no time did he sustain it, and at no time did he look happy.
Could be our first upset of the evening. Let's find out.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. After 3 rounds of boxing, we have a split decision. Referee Mickey Van has scored the contest 29-28 in favour of Simpkin. Referee Victor Lopton has scored the contest 29-28 in favour of Ferguson. And Dave Paris has scored the contest 29-28 in favour of and through to the semi-final. From Swaddling Code, Luke Simpkin!
What a win, it was the upset. Luke Simpkin's determination and effort gets him through, and the local hero is out at the first hurdle.
Johnny Nelson, the Geordie boy, goes out. Do you agree with that decision?
You know, at first I thought the cleaner punches were coming from Ferguson, but Simpkin was the one that was pushing the fight, and he just bullied Ferguson out of his comfort zone. Absolutely shattered the both of them all, and this is their first fight.
Disappointment, Glenn McCrory, for the Geordies.
Yep, I think big disappointment. A lot thought he'd go on and progress, maybe even to the final, but you know, he got drawn into a fight, and it was disappointing.
Ferguson tried to pace himself, and as he tried to pace himself, the second round he got took to a pace that he didn't feel comfortable with, and Simpkin did the right thing, just kept bullying him, kept pushing him, kept trying to back him up to the ropes.
What's the semi-final against Sam Sexton going to be like, Johnny?
I'd give it to Sexton. Sexton's the one that's a bit cute, a bit clever.
Yeah, he knows a little bit more boxing, but it's a good one to come and look forward to.
Let's hear from Luke Simpkin.
Luke Simpkin, congratulations, you turned over David Ferguson. You wanted it more, or was it your ploughing forward? What won it for you?
Just ploughing forward, and I didn't really want it. And, I'm very happy with that.
I mean, you were really up for this tournament because I think you felt over the three-minute rounds you'll be really effective.
Yeah. I just went out there and attacked and won me the fight. I'm really happy with that.
You told me before that you're the dark horse of the tournament. You got Sam Sexton waiting backstage. He's next for you. Can you beat him and go on?
I'm very confident, and I'm coming for the money. So
you won that 25 grand.
Oh yeah, it'd be nice.
We'll see you in the semi-final. Thanks, Luke.
Wasn't overcome with emotion there, was he? The first semi-final will be Sam Sexton from